So what we do is we actually explore the Michael Chekhov technique, and we do quite a lot of that work at the beginning. That's psychophysical technique. And we also work on Uta Hagen technique, which is a much more kind of scientific, precise, kind of playing for real. Let's start with Michael Chekhov. He was in the Moscow Arts Theatre and was invited there by Stanislavski. He created an amazing technique which is based primarily upon the imagination and working through the body to find feelings and emotion. So instead of finding your feelings and your character and your motivation through a kind of identification, a strong identification with the character, you find it through the body. When you're working on something and you're trying to work out, like, well, what is my character trying to do? Like, for instance, Yerma is trying to, maybe that suggestion, let go of that. Stop, there's something really strong inside. Because it's a feeling that, you can rationalize until you're blue in the face what she wants, but it's not going to give you that feeling, that intensely and that quickly, if you find the right thing. So that's a really different thing from, say, the Uta Hagen technique, which is all about observation. It's all about your own experience. The Uta Hagen is much more kind of method-based and much more about working with yourself, your inner self, in a kind of very realistic kind of way. Whereas Michael Chekhov is much more about finding images and atmospheres that you can kind of experience. And it's quite very interesting because the two things are very paradoxical. They're not paradoxical, they're very opposite.
Okay, the future doesn't work. Then came the winter of discontent.
My name is Judith Wolf and I teach theatre history and theatre production. I think it's very important for people to know where whole theatre is coming from, and I've experienced in the last classes that a lot of people kind of know, okay, there's Greek theatre, but kind of lose it when you get to the modern time, like Surrealism and Artaud, and I think it's very important for people to know about that. Where is it all coming from? Where is it all accumulating into? And to be aware of different styles of theatre as well. I also teach theatre production because it is very important for an actor to know all the levels of a production, and I think sometimes actors might forget about the whole technical side, and it's great to do with actors because they're not always aware how much work goes into a technical side of a theatre. So we'll be especially concentrating on lights, on set design, stage management, on PR and marketing.
Mr. Shop, the butcher, shuts his shop shutter.
Shop's got a P on it. Okay? Again. 1, 2, 3, go.
And the butcher shutter.
In the voice classes, what we do is we work principally on three things. We work on the breath, which is the fuel for everything you do. Just feel the breath, it's as if it's going right under your hand. We work on resonance. And we work on diction and clarity. And projection, which is another thing. But what's important about it is for people to realize that the voice carries your feeling. And very often we're very, very restricted in life as to how we use our voices. We're very closed. And what we're trying to do is really open the voice up so that the feeling and the sound could really come out. It's quite hard. And you've got to be disciplined with yourself. just as you would be if you were learning the piano or anything. Okay? And then Judith Higgins is teaching the cock movement, so it's movement for theatre.
Does that make sense? Yeah.
My area is Le Coq, College at Le Coq in Paris. So it's physical theatre, it's movement based. We start off trying to sort of bring everything back to being really neutral. So it's just about trying to feel everything through the body. So for example, we worked a lot on animals, and we've worked on elements, and we've worked on materials.
Now you're going to become silk!
So think of light shining on a crystal. And the rhythm of that. And all of this is used then in helping you to create a character.
And then we have a number of people coming to give masterclasses on television work, organising CVs, stage combat, mask, etc., etc. So it's as comprehensive as it can be in the 20 hours a week for 10 weeks.